students, as the name suggests, that light, reflection and refraction. So it is giving us an idea that we need to talk about reflection of light first. Okay, so light, you know that light is a source of energy that enables us to produce the thing in our eyes that we are able to see the objects. Yes, so it is a power, it is an energy that is received by our eyes. So we can say that our eyes are acting as a device that could receive and sense the feeling of light. So here reflection plays a very good role for us to see the objects. How? Let me tell you. First of all, the name suggests as the reflection. So here the reflection means that the light ray strikes any surface like mirror or any kind of surface like you are watching at the screen right now. So it is throwing light towards you. But there are some objects that are not throwing light at you. As you know that there are two types of objects, luminous and non-luminous. Yeah, luminous are the objects that are having their own light. Okay, like this screen at which you are looking right now, like the sun and the stars. So all these are luminous, and non-luminous are the objects which are not having their own light, but they reflect the light that is coming from some source, and now you are capable of looking at it. Like moon. Moon is not having its own light at all, though it is reflecting sun's light towards the earth. Now we are capable of looking at moon because ultimately the light is coming from the moon, so that is why it is reflecting that light. Okay, so received light is lastly reflected by the moon. That is why we are able to see that only. So reflection here is the striking of the light energy from a particular source, and it is reflected in a particular direction. Then we can perceive it. Okay, so here, as you know that it is a mirror, as I have made a mirror here for you people. You know that light is reflected, and this is a game also. Like हम class में भी कभी-कभी करते थे कि अपना scale ruler के साथ में we used to reflect the light to the other friend of ours, and now they will get a reflection in their eye. So how does it happen? The light that is coming out from the source is get reflected here at the point, and now from there it again reflected and received here by our eyes. So what we are able to see? We are not able to see the source here from which the light is coming, but we are able to see this thing, this object, which is reflecting the light. Okay, likewise here, again one more diagram. So here you know that sun is throwing light to all our planet, and now during sunlight we can see each and every object around us. Like, so let's suppose there is a tree. So light is coming from the sun and it is coming towards the tree. Now tree is reflecting the light, and now we are perceiving and receiving the light that is coming out from the tree, and then only we are capable of looking at the tree. So what will you see? Are you looking at the sun right now? No, you are looking at the tree, and you are not as you are looking at the tree, so you are not seeing here sun. You will able to see here tree only, because the last reflection is done by tree, so you will see tree only. But this tree is a non-luminous because it is not having its own light. So what is it doing? It is reflecting the light that is coming towards it and throwing it towards the boy. Okay, so this is how reflection works. So reflection is generally means striking of the light like this, that is coming from some source, and after reflection it bounces back. Okay, so bouncing back of the light in the same medium. Again, the medium is also not going to change. Like here, the light is coming from air medium. Now here, when it is reflected, again it is in the air medium. So that gives us an idea that medium of the light is also not changing. Earlier it was in the air medium, and now after reflection also it is in the air medium. Now students, there is a query that if a light of sun is coming here, so why it is bending in this direction only that the boy is able to see it? Okay, so there is a rule according to that. Likewise, let me tell you one more thing before going further. So sun is not just throwing one ray. Sun is throwing lots of millions and billions of rays out of it, and that is coming in all direction. So here we are just taking only one ray here just to explain you how the light going to be reflect. If we are making here a lot of light rays, then how will you come to know? Because lots of light rays and diagram here will not be clear to you people. Okay, so for making you clear, we have just drawn one ray diagram here so that it will be clear that how this ray is coming and reflecting it like this. But lots of rays are coming there, and from these millions and billions of rays, we just need few rays to receive towards our eyes, and that is only makes us capable to looking at the things. Okay, so what are the basic rules according to which we can say that this light is going to be bent in this particular direction only? So here we are having laws of reflection. What are laws of reflection? There are two laws of reflection basically. One is the incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane. And second one is the angle of incidence is always equals to the angle of reflection. So students, these two will get you know right now. Let me explain it with the diagram that here we are having incident ray. This incident ray is the ray which is coming out from any source. Okay, coming out from any source. And here this reflected ray, this incident ray is coming out from any source. Let's suppose it is coming out from the sun. Okay, now from the sun or any bulb or any tube light, that is the energy source in our home. So from there light is coming. Let's suppose this is a wall, or you can take it as a mirror also. So it is a plane surface basically. Now yeah, it is we have taken it as a mirror, but it is about every object. I'm not just taking about this explanation for one thing or two thing. It is about everything that you can see, because everything we can see that is non-luminous, but we are able to see is because of reflection of light only. Okay, so let's suppose any source is throwing light and light is now then coming. So this ray that is throwing out by the source is known as incident ray. इंसिडेंट हो रही है, किसी के ऊपर फॉल हो रही है, उसको आप इंसिडेंट होना बोलते हो. सो इट इज इंसिडेंटिंग on the surface. Now this surface is not taking it in. Okay, now it is again reflecting it in the same direction, same medium. So here as it was coming from the air medium, now after reflection again it is going back into the air medium. So as you can see that going and coming back. But why in this angle only? One rule. First rule was all lie in the same plane. That incident ray, reflected ray, you know that after reflection the striking back of the light, that is after reflection, so it is reflected ray. And the normal is any perpendicular line that is drawn on the surface. Okay, किसी भी surface पे जो perpendicular line from the point of incidence. Here you know that, let me draw it once again. See, it is like this. Let's suppose this is the plane mirror. Now light is coming here like this. So this is known as incident ray and it is meeting at this point. So we will call this point as the point of incidence. क्या बोलेंगे इसको हम? Point of incidence. Okay. Now from this point of incidence it is going back like this. Okay. So this is known as reflected ray. It is incident ray. It is reflected ray. And from this point of incidence, if we draw imaginary perpendicular, so we will draw it like this, that this is normal. Normal in terms of science is not again anything strange but a perpendicular. But science में हम perpendicular line को normal बोल देते हैं. Okay. Now let us see what was the rule number 1. that incident ray, reflected ray and normal all lie in the same plane. मतलब ये हमेशा सेम प्लेन में ही रहेंगे, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि दो रेज जो है वो किसी एक प्लेन में है और थर्ड रे जो है वो किसी दूसरे प्लेन में जा रही है. ओके, जैसे कि ये वाली यहाँ है, ये दोनों यहाँ इस बोर्ड पे बनी हुई है और ये रिफ्लेक्टेड रे जो है वो यहाँ मेरे हाथ में, ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं होगा. ओके, ये तीनों एक साथ एक ही प्लेन सरफेस पे बनेंगी ऑलवेज, चाहे वो प्लेन सरफेस ऐसे हो, चाहे इस तरीके से हो, चाहे इस तरीके से हो, कैसे भी हो, बट इट शुड बी अ प्लेन सरफेस. दिस इज द रूल नंबर 1. Rule number 2, that the incident ray and the normal, the angle between them is known as incident angle and it is denoted by this small I. Angle small I. And the angle in between normal and the reflected ray is known as reflected angle and it is denoted by small r. Angle small r. So the angle I and angle r will always be equal. This is the second rule. तभी हमें पता लगा कि ये अगर 30 डिग्री का है तो ये भी कितने डिग्री का होगा, ये भी 30 डिग्री ही बनाएगा. तो ये अगर नॉर्मल से 30 डिग्री पे आ रही है तो ये जब रिफ्लेक्ट होगी ये भी नॉर्मल से 30 डिग्री पर ही रिफ्लेक्ट होगी. अगर ये 60 डिग्री पे रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है अकॉर्डिंग टू नॉर्मल तो ये भी कितने पे होगा, 60 पर ही होगा अकॉर्डिंग टू द नॉर्मल. सो दिस मस्ट बी द रूल एंड दीज two rules are followed and a lot of questions will be coming to this topic. And mainly if incident angle is given to you and you will be asked what is the reflected angle, so you can easily ask if it is 30 then it would also be 30. But for confusion, examiner gives that it is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. What angle? The angle between the incident ray and the mirror is 60 degree. Now people get confused and they let it as the incident angle. But this should be clear that if it is 60 degree and you know that this normal to this surface is perpendicular. So this overall is 90 degree. And out of this 90 degree, this angle is 60 that is given. So what will this left? 90 minus 60 is 30. So this will be 30 degree that is left. And now this is actually the incident angle, not that one. Okay, so this must be clear that angle of incident will always be in between normal and the incident ray. And according to that only we can find out reflected angle. So these two rules are basically the things and you must keep in your brain what is incident ray and reflected ray, because a lot of things we are going to study according to these two rays now. Okay, so here we have done with the reflection part and we have seen the laws of reflection. Let us move forward now.